this happens this year, I'll have them whipped."
"Yes, mistress," Briala said again, ducking her head to make her respect clear. The hierarchy among the palace servants was strict and clear, and while Briala's status as Celene's personal handmaid set her off to one side of the chain of command, she was by no means free of it completely.
"Oh, no need to worry, Rabbit."
The chatelaine patted Briala familiarly on the shoulder. As she did, Briala saw that the clasp on the other woman's cuff was unfastened, another mistake that the servants who dressed the chatelaine would never have made.
"It's just to put the fear of the Maker in the lazy things. We'd never whip you. Off with you now."
"Yes, mistress," Briala said for the third time, and left as the chatelaine began yelling at the servants to lower the left side of the banner. As she strode down the great hallway, the floors covered with fine Navaran carpet and the walls lined with classical paintings and curls of swirling stucco, Briala thought. The chatelaine had served Celene faithfully for more than a decade. She cared deeply about her job and would never allow herself to be distracted on the day of a ball unless she were somehow compromised. The clasp and the stray hair suggested a new lover who had pressed his or her suit and taken a few moments of the chatelaine's time. It could have been nothing more than that, of course, but in Val Royeur everything was part of the game, even the clandestine affairs of the more important servants. Briala had grown up watching the game, and as one of Celene's pieces, she was determined to win. If Briala assumed the worst, the chatelaine would not knowingly be involved in the matter. An embarrassment to Celene would bring embarrassment to the chatelaine as well, and if, Maker forbid, Celene died or lost power, the chatelaine would doubtless be replaced. If this was something more than an overeager new lover, the chatelaine was a tool, not an active member of whatever plot was unfolding. The question was, whose tool? The heat in the kitchens was stifling as dishes from all across the known world were prepared. The cook, Rylene, was a heavy, ruddy-faced woman whose thick forearms were burn-scarred from an accident in her youth, if the result of the former chatelaine's thinking that Rylene was becoming presumptuous could be called an accident. Briala liked her, and she did what she could to protect the woman, who was better at making pastries than she was at the intricacies of the game.
"Miss Bria!" Rylene called out, beaming as Briala came in. "Does her radiance need something to last her until the evening banquet? We've some lovely pastries from Thedas."
"Thank you, Rylene, but no." She looked at Rylene's girls, some human but many of them elven, and none of them masked. They were not to be seen by the nobles. The chatelaine had concerns about the duck. She was very emphatic. Rylene gave her a grateful nod. "I will see to it personally." She dusted flour off her scarred hands and moved over to a pot where a roasted dish was simmering in sauce. "And if you could send one of the girls to find out any last-minute schedule changes the chatelaine has made," Briala asked. "Of course, Miss Bria," Rylene smiled. "I'll have her find you." "Thank you." Briala left the kitchens and made her way around the palace. In the great hall, the chatelaine had finished with the banners and was now yelling her way through the organization of the tables. The elaborate card rooms bordering the hall had each been decorated in the style of a different country, from the great bearskin rugs and gold Mabari statuettes of Ferelden to the decadent silks and magical lamps of Tevinter. The balconies offered a view of the great hall as well as an escape to fresh air outside, where verandas overlooked a hedge maze dotted with sparkling marble fountains.
"You there! Knife ear!"
Unlike rabbit, which was usually spoken with a friendly condescension that only made Briala grit her teeth a little, knife ear could never be mistaken for anything but an insult. It was what a human might use to address gutter trash that was too lazy to work and too stupid to steal. The captain of the palace guard did not